I was fully blown, stressed out. Okay, ready to call it quits. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy things to start, but there are some things that if you could have, will definitely make your life a little easier. Because everybody say, "Oh, just grab your phone and get to going." Like, right? Wrong.
Front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade.
What's up, good people? Welcome back to another video. My name is Dri. This is the Dri Wayy, and we talk about everything under the sun, predominantly lifestyle. But today we are going to be recapping my last 6 months as a YouTuber. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the stuff nobody talk about. So if you are interested in that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and let's talk about it. So first things first, let's start with my why, and probably one of the most important pieces of the video. But also, if you see me looking down, it's because I got my notes right here, because I don't want to be on here rambling, because I will do it. So let's start with the why. I originally started YouTube back in 2020 doing sneaker content, and I wasn't really putting all my energy into it. Of course, I still had a job then, life was life, and it was COVID. There was a lot of stuff going on, so I kind of just dropped it. I didn't continue, which in reality I wasn't trying to put in the work too, because what people don't realize about social media is that it's a lot of work that go into it behind the scenes. So I didn't keep up with it. I made a couple of videos, it was cute, and then I stopped. So fast forward to 2024. I currently work in tech, specifically in the compliance space, and I was in therapy for an array of reasons, mainly after the passing of my mother. And my therapist thought that it would be a good idea to kind of tap back into YouTube, mainly one, helping with my introvertness, because I am naturally introverted, and I think I've said this on a video before. I don't think there is anything wrong with being introverted, but I do think that where I want to be in my life, I need to find balance. So being able to come on my channel and show up authentically helps me kind of bring myself out of myself, okay, right? I will never be an extroverted person. I just won't. But again, I do believe in balance. I decided to go ahead and take her advice and start my YouTube. The point was to build community, challenge myself creatively, because when you have a career and you're kind of like obsessed with it and that's all you do, that's all you're around, it does tend to get a bit boring, because you doing what you know. So I can learn new things, I can learn new aspects, but I've been working in my career field for 12 years. So having a creative outlet allows me to just be able to make sure I'm challenging myself on another level. And I love like tapping into my creative mode. So that's kind of where I'm at and why I started my YouTube. So in a nutshell, my why is basically building community, being able to find balance of being introverted, and just embracing creativity, and really tapping into my creative spirits. That is the main goal for this YouTube channel. For me, that is my why. That is what gets me through the long editing days. That's what gets me through the refilming. Is that. So I think that is always important when doing this, to know why you're doing it, because everybody's not doing this for the same reason. Everybody don't have the same why. So you need to tap into your why, because your why is what's going to get you to the next level. Your why is what's going to get you through them long nights when you edit it and Final Cut Pro mess up. Okay, when your computer died and your footage is deleted, your why is what's going to get you through that. So remember that. So next, let's tap into challenges. What are the challenges that I have faced starting on this journey? And we have a few, child. We have a few. So the first one, we're gonna start off real strong. Consistency. I started this channel started back kind of in September, Labor Day weekend 2024, and I would say between September and January I was not the most consistent. I would post here, try to post. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. Life was life, and I have times where I feel like I'm not being consistent, but at the same time, you know, you have to push through it. So even I still show up, even if it's not perfect, we still show up. I have to remember that some people do this full time, like this is their full-time job, so they have the time to invest and be creative and do those things. Baby, we got a whole job, and we got a big girl job. Okay, it's money on the table at the job, so that can't lack, right? So finding balance, and even with my career, just work-life balance. Like, okay, y'all done for today, we finna tap in over here. So that has been a big struggle. I think that I am starting to manage it better, but in the beginning that was a real struggle. Next, I would say the anxiety kind of around getting views and subscribers. I think you see people push it a lot, like, oh, you gotta do all these things, and you can do this and do that, and you'll get this and you'll get that. All that can be true. Two things can be true, right? And depending on your why, and depending on the content and the things that you are doing, that may well so apply to you. So I think that removing like the whole views and watch time, just remove it. I would say, I wish in my first 3 months I wasn't thinking about that hard. Just make the content. Forget the views, forget the going on there looking, did anybody like it, did anybody, you know, just create the content. I still don't have all of my like stuff together, which in reality, we are at the end of February. Not the end of February. We are at March 1st. This is the beginning of March, and I still only have like 30 subscribers. But they started to grow when I became more consistent, like after January. So that's a whole situation in itself, because consistency itself will help bring people, you know, your way. Of course, we got to fight the algorithm and, you know, all the things, but just be consistent at first. Like, just don't dwell on it too heavily, and don't stress yourself out about how many people, because whether it's 5 people or 100 people, there's still people that's watching you. You know what 100 people in a room look like? Like, you still did that. Yeah. So relax. What's gonna come. But the content has the content. Like, you have to have content for people to watch to even get to those levels. Another challenge was being comfortable on camera, which in the beginning it is very weird talking to a camera. It's like for real weird. Like, weird in the house, weird outside, just weird. Okay. But it does go away. It goes away with time. Looking back at my first video to now, I can already see the confidence that has grown over the past 6 months when talking to a camera. So don't be worried about that. It definitely goes away with time, but you are not alone. It is a very weird experience talking to a camera. But it is what it is. I think everybody goes through that, honestly. So another challenge in the beginning was editing and equipment. You don't need a whole bunch of fancy things to start. You don't. But there are some things that if you could have, will definitely make your life a little easier. One of the things I noticed is that in my first 2 or 3 vlogs, I filmed on my iPhone. Now child, I never really filmed long form content on my phone. I was like, okay, I'm just doing it on my phone, because everybody say, oh, just grab your phone and get the going. Like, right? Wrong. My phone kept getting the full storage situation. I felt like I had so many little clips everywhere. It was a mess for me. I couldn't get organized enough. And then I was losing clips, I wasn't adding stuff that I wanted to add. So I decided to invest into the DJI Pocket 2 camera, which is the camera that I'm actually filming on right now, and this is like the mic or whatever. So I have been using this ever since, and for me it's just easier because baby, all them clips everywhere was stressing me out. I'm talking about clips everywhere. And then you have to remember that I'm still taking real life stuff, so real life screenshots of something I seen on the internet. I don't know, an old picture that I was screenshotting because I'm want to use it, like regular life stuff mixed in all them clips. Now short form content, sure, you could definitely use your phone, but long form, no. At least for me, I found that to just be too much. And I enjoy just having my full vlog on one SD card, just flowing into each other, and then I can literally take that card, put it into my laptop, and go from there. It just made editing so much easier. And with editing comes editing software. So I originally started off with iMovie. I was familiar with using iMovie, so I could navigate iMovie really quickly, but I did notice that iMovie kind of lacked a few settings that I would want. So I have been trying the Final Cut Pro because it was very similar to iMovie as far as like navigating, and it's been going good. Like I think I like it. I'm doing like the trial period. I think you get like 3 months to see how you feel about it. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna purchase it. I do enjoy using Final Cut Pro. So one challenge that I did face that I talked about in one of my previous vlogs was I have a MacBook Air, and baby, I was stressed out. Okay, I was fully blown stressed out and ready to call it quits because my laptop was literally crashing every 5 minutes, and I'm like, people cannot be going through this. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm getting ready to go drop a bag on a Pro because I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Because how's y'all laptops functioning? Like, I'm doing a 30-40 minute vlog. There's no reason this should be happening. I done went and deleted almost everything off my laptop. Crazy work. And still crashing. Why is this laptop crashing like this? Crazy. So after much research, I realized that when I was editing in Final Cut Pro and iMovie, they have like backups to the content that you're editing. And I was pulling all of this content from my SD card, adding it to my library, and then they also have the backup that's being added to your library. And that's your actual hard drive, like your computer library. So it couldn't handle all of this content. So what I realized is that my external hard drive could. So I started working off of my external hard drive. Seems so simple, but it's just something that I feel like nobody really talks about. Knows intro, start a YouTube video, situations like why are we not talking? This is what I want to know. Like, how not to crash my computer for my first walk. But anyhow, it is something that I was able to like fix. Simplest process now. Editing is so much easier, so much faster. It's all good. So yeah, know that is a thing. You're not crazy, but you are doing it wrong if your computer is crashing. Okay, you don't want that. You don't want your computer to crash. Also with equipment, I do know I want to get a new camera, and it is something that I'm looking into. The DJI Pocket 2 is cool. I love it. It's a vibe, especially outside. And I think it's cool to just have a camera starting off if you don't want to spend a lot. I know that there is the DJI Pocket 3 that came out, I think, last year. I don't have that one. I have the one before that one. This one works just fine, no issues. So even if you wanted to get the 2 because it's cheaper, that's always an option too. So I haven't decided if I want to get the 3. I might not, just to see what the difference is, but I think I want to invest in a different type of camera, like a camera that I use like in the house that's a little bit more professional, a little bit more, you know, quality. But for right now and where we at this journey, the DJI Pocket 2 is vibing. Okay, it's vibing. And with that will be my last challenge, and that is getting comfortable vlogging in public. So vlogging outside, this is still something that I do struggle with, and it's still something that I'm working with. But I do realize the more you do it, the easier it gets. I personally don't like when I have a vlog that's the whole vlog is in the house, but that's real life, right? Because sometimes I work remotely, so I'm not always going outside. I don't have no reason to be out there, and I ain't trying to spend no money this week, so we in the house and talk to y'all, sit in the house about all things. However, when I am going out and I am experiencing things, I'm gonna take y'all with me. So the DJI Pocket 2, which is the one I have, it's helpful. It's very helpful with that. But yeah, I think it's just something that comes with time. Like, I do enjoy filming outside. It is easier for me personally with filming outside when I'm with people. But yeah, I have gotten better with vlogging in public. I don't talk a lot when I'm vlogging in public. Normally I do a lot of montages, but you know, we get in there. So, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, but we move. So that is something that I feel like, again, just like we're getting comfortable on camera or talking to the camera, vlogging outside is the same thing. Because I feel like there are influencers who have been doing this for years on years who have still not mastered vlogging outside. But yeah, you can do it, and we're gonna be alright. Just take a little time. So let's talk about the wins. I can definitely tell over the past 6 months the growth in being comfortable on camera. I can see from vlogs in the beginning to vlogs now, where I can just tell that I'm a little bit more open about the topics, about the things, the events, whatever. I'm just more open in talking about things that are a little bit more personal, which for me is personal growth, because that was the whole reason of this for me reconnecting with my why, was to be more comfortable at this place. I am a very personable person, highly personal, probably too personal, and people always like, oh, if you that personal, you hiding something. No, not really. I'm just personal. I don't know, and I just always been like that, but it's something I want to find balance in. It's like, you know, again, life is about balance. All that to say, child, is the personal growth is personal growth. Okay, we doing good in that area. Another win would be being consistent at this point. Like, for me, that's important. And normally once I'm doing something, baby, and it get any type of inconvenient, it wasn't meant to be, and we throwing it away. But that is not life. Okay, we have to be a little bit more disciplined to get to the levels that we want to get to, and I think that is just so much more for me. But until I become a little bit more disciplined, I don't think that I'm going to reach those levels. Because it's one thing to show up for work, because I know I'm getting that salary and I know I gotta pay my bills and all the things, but it's even more important to be consistent and show up for yourself. So yes, I'm not getting a YouTube check right now. I'm not getting any type of compensation, brand deal. I'm not getting anything from doing this right now, but I still have to show up like I said I was going to show up. And this is a level of discipline that I just need to have. And then another win, I would say, is just views. I see my views going up. I do see that it's also helping me realize like where I want to pour more into my creative pieces. And I think I really do like home decor. I've always loved home decor, and I'm the home decor girly in my family. So it's always been something that I enjoy. So watching like my room makeover, like the views that it was getting and the traction it was getting, meant a lot to me, because that's something that I truly do love. Tapping into that part, that creative part with home, and just redesigning and recreating, creating actual emotional places. I like it. It's my thing. I do know that that's an area that I want to pour more into, and see where I can creatively take that. Next, let's go into lessons and tips. So over the past 6 months, these are just a few things that I feel that if I had to go back 6 months and tell the girl starting this is what I would tell me. One, just do it, which is exactly what I did. I took that phone out. I said, you know what, let's do it. So just do it. There is no right time. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect equipment set up. There is none of that. Do it. Just do it. Next, let's talk about strategy a little bit. This is something I'm still working on, because I'm trying to understand. For me personally, I need to understand what I wanted to do and where I was going to understand how to get there. If we just talk about basic strategy like SEO strategy, understanding your descriptions, being able to make creative thumbnails, understanding your titles, those are all important. And truthfully, is a lot of that can be done with ChatGPT, and that's the truthfully. But that's a whole nother sit down video. I don't know if you like ChatGPT, if you use it, if you use AI period. I am into deep dive AI girly. I use it at personal life. I use it for work. That's the thing. Okay? Don't make this harder than it need to be. You don't have to be coming up with some of that. Some of it can be literally done for you to minimize the stress and time in your day. Just putting that out there. Quality over quantity. I think that goes back to understanding the content that you want to create. Because yeah, you can pick up all those followers, but if they don't like what you're talking about, or they're not interested in what you're talking about, they're not going to be truly engaging. Your numbers is going to look weird, and you're not really building community. So I'm all for building up those numbers, right? Because that's the game. At the same time, make sure that you're doing it in a manner where you can actually build engagement. If you create one type of video just to get traction and then start trying to do a whole bunch of other content, those numbers are going to look weird because they followed you for this, but you over here doing this. And it's like, child, what we doing? So just be cautious of that. And it's not a race. You can definitely give yourself goals to obtain, just to make sure you keep yourself accountable and on track. There's nothing wrong with that, but just be aware. And that's why your why is so important, because understanding your why will help lead you along as far as like your strategy. Because my strategy may be to simply just build community, and I need to be showing up authentically in my content, where your strategy may be, we just trying to get some money off this page real quick. You might be doing things completely different from than what I'm saying in this video, and your strategy will be different. There's nothing wrong with that. Two things can be right. Just understanding your why and standing in your why helps you build your strategy. And then engagement, like again, having that continuous engagement, attracting people who honestly enjoy your content. Those are the people that will engage. Those are the people that will continue to come back. And then lastly is just patience. Like, nothing is going to happen overnight. It can. We have seen viral sensations, right? But the reality is that's not everybody's journey, and that's not everybody's story. So just be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your content. Patient with your creative ideas. Just be patient and give yourself grace. You definitely can continue to have accountability and continue to have some type of discipline, but you still have to give yourself grace. It's all about balance. And then lastly, what's next? I kind of been like on the fence. I do feel like I've had growth, but do I continue this? Like, are there other ways where I can maximize my time or talents? What's next, right? So I had some long thoughts about this, and I think what I'm going to do is to continue to give myself time periods of execution. So I have given myself another 6 months to continue with YouTube. Yep, we're gonna continue. We're gonna push for it. And after those 6 months, we will then reevaluate where we are, where we want to be. Yeah, and just do another recap and see what's happening at that point, instead of just like, we're gonna do it forever, we're gonna do it, I'm gonna give myself shifts and we're gonna see it that way. But I am enjoying it, and because I am seeing actual personal growth, I don't think that it would be the best to stop at this point. So yeah, we will continue to be a YouTuber and see how this works out. Also decided to divvy up my pages. So when I first started YouTube, I was doing lifestyle, fashion, and tech. But I don't think I want to bombard my tech shenanigans with my lifestyle and like home decor and stuff. I think those are two vibes. Sometimes the person will collide. But I'm gonna put my tech stuff on another page, and that page is going to be the compliant techie. It's also going to be in the description box. So if you are somebody who's looking to work in tech or fintech, you're probably going to go over there. Go over to that page, tap in. I'm going to be talking about all the things over there compliant wise, specifically compliance and regulatory matters, but other matters will come up as well, especially just understanding soft skills and understanding all the ways to get into tech. And you don't have to be an engineer or IT person. There are so many ways to get into tech. There are so many soft skills that can be used, from project management to compliance to legal, marketing, all the things. So it's so much opportunity, and I just want to see more people in that space, and not even just in that space, but building in that space. So all of my entrepreneurs, all of my tech startups, like, I just want to see them grow and expand. And if me and my career or my knowledge can help, I'm all for it. So that tech portion will be over there, and I'm going to keep my page here, strictly lifestyle, home decor, all the little girly vibey thing will stay over here. So that was just a recap of my first 6 months as a YouTuber. Definitely will be moving forward with at least another 6 months, and we're gonna see how it goes. So make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at the Dri Wayy, TikTok as well at the Dri Wayy, and let's see where we go next. Okay, let's see what's about to happen. Let's see. And also comment, like, what has been you guys' like biggest challenge or greatest win from doing YouTube, no matter what size you are as a channel. Like, what do you feel like those were for you, to see if maybe we can help somebody else. But that's all I got. Again, thank you so much for watching and vibing with me today, and like always, I see you good people.